I'm Daniel Demelo. I'm running for City Council here in District 3 to represent each and every one of my neighbors in Southeast and Northeast Portland.
Why is Portland failing to deal with homelessness?
Right now, despite a tripling of the budget in the last 5 years for addressing our homelessness crisis, our homeless population continues to grow. I don't think that's acceptable. I think that there's a lot of very common sense things we can do to address our homelessness crisis. And I don't want to see people living under bridges anymore because I want to make sure there's a roof over the head of each and every one of my neighbors. When I was working with my local neighborhood association in Old Town for these gallery shows in this building that was rent subsidized and was for artists. And they mentioned there were these advisory committees of the county, and so I ended up being on the Joint Homeless Services Community Budget Advisory Committee. I had a lot of friends who were very cynical about our government's response to our homelessness crisis. They said they weren't seeing the money get out there. And what I found was a lot worse than the government not doing things correctly. They, in a lot of cases, had no systems in place to make sure they were doing anything at all.
What is your vision for Portland's transportation future?
I think that it's great that we're making these steps in the right direction, but I want to make sure that we have a plan in place to get to where we want to be. And where we want to be is that 25% bike commute share. And right now, I think we're just hitting 7%, if I remember correctly. So we need to not just double, not just triple our efforts, but we need to quadruple them, because 25%, that's our goal. I think that's the bare minimum for being a world-class biking city.
So Daniel, how are you going to solve all of Portland's problems as soon as you're in office?
I don't think I can commit to solving all of our problems on day one, but I want to make sure that when I'm at the table, I'm bringing data-driven, evidence-based solutions that actually ensure that we make progress on our progressive commitments.
What does data-driven mean?
That means that the city ensures that we have the data that demonstrates which of our solutions to our problems are actually moving us forward. On the committees I chair at the county, something that's been very frustrating is that the county and the city don't have data available to them that demonstrates which of our solutions to our problems are actually moving us forward, which of our solutions are actually housing people, which of our solutions are actually making sure that people have access to the services they need to stay safe and stay alive. I want to make sure that we set goals as a city that ensure that we aren't just making empty promises in a PowerPoint presentation. I want to make sure that we actually solve our problems, because I know we can do better.